Hey, you're back. Well, it's that time of day. This is dried. These are dried. Now it's time to glue these two guys together. I'm going to use my, Tanner's Bond contact cement. Now what I like about contact cement is you spread it on, you let it sit for a little bit, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes or so. And you let it get tacky, except this is really... I'll be right back. Quick tip. If you got a jar or a bottle of something that's hard to open, just get yourself a strap wrench. You don't have to get any kind of fancy bottle openers or anything. You find it in a hardware store. You just take it, snug it up against whatever you need to open, and just give it a twist. And it slips right off. Oh, there it goes. It slipped right off because it loosened it. The strap wrench. It can work from anything from pickle jars to toothpaste tubes. Anyway, let's get to gluing. Oh, by the way, my wife brought my paper towels back. Gotta make sure you got paper towels. I got some old ones here that, you know, they're good enough for this. There's a bunch of crusty bits in there. No wonder it was stuck. So anyway, let's get to gluing. There's some people, they'll take their contact cement and they'll thin it down and they'll put it in different containers and stuff. And that's fine. Whatever works for you, works for them, and basically that's what it's all about. If it works for you and it gets you the results you want, then that's fine. I'm not saying that the way I do it is the right way and everybody else is wrong. There's many different ways to accomplish the same goal. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to brush, put the contact cement on. In a lot of the work community, like on forums and such, there's a lot of people, they'll even go to name calling. Oh, you're stupid if you don't do it like I do. Only an idiot does it like that, but that's not right. I mean, I've been berated on public forums because I don't do something the way somebody else does it. I always encourage people to try different ways. My way isn't the only way. Anyway, I'm going to keep spreading this stuff on, and we'll come back when it tacks up a little bit, and we can put the two pieces together. Okay, it's been, I don't know, 5 minutes-ish. Basically what you want is for it to be just tacky, so you can touch it, and it doesn't come off on your fingers or your thumb, you know, it doesn't come off. Okay. Now I know that when you stamp something like this, it squashes the leather and kind of squashes it outward a little bit. So this piece is going to be a little bit bigger than the back piece because they started out at the same size. So I put a bit of a bend in it to begin with because I know I'm going to need it. Now I'll line them up. Oh, that's not too bad. Not bad at all, in fact. I want to get these edges close. The less sanding I do, the better. Because, you know, the sanding will even out the edges and make them look pretty. But then there's a lot of cleanup work to do afterwards. So if I'm just careful at this stage, I'm gluing the two together. Hey, you can see, you can take them apart, reposition them. Like we're going to do that again here. But I want to make sure that's better. To get them to line up when I first stick it together. Now basically the glue isn't like what's really going to hold all this together permanently. The glue does soak into the fibers and it does hold it, but it doesn't, like with it's the stitching that holds it together, because the stitching goes from the front to the back through the outside skin, and that's what holds it together. The glue is there. The reason you glue it is so you can work on it, because now before I do any stitching or anything else, I'm going to sand these edges, punch my stitch holes in, bevel the edges, retouch it. I'm going to do a lot of work to it, and the glue is there to make sure it sticks together. Okay, now that I am pretty much satisfied with the way these two pieces are going together, I can go ahead and mash it, pound on it, and what I'm going to do, or rather what I do is I take one of my cigar catalogs, put that on top of it. Why do I do that? Because I'm going to put this guy on it, and he's got wood grain down here. He's got wood grain, he's got bits stuck to him, and I don't want those to emboss themselves onto the leather. This magazine is nice and smooth and dry, and that'll keep that from happening. I'll just put that on top of there. This is my stitching magazine, stitching toolbox. I've got some lace in there, different threads, scissors, lighter, needles, you know, little mallet for pounding down a seam or opening a beer, or actually, it's got a corkscrew too. Over here, I got my flat nose tweezers, little flat nose pliers that I use sometimes when I need to pull my pull a thread through. Little clippers. Just stuff that I use when I'm doing the stitch work. Anyway, go let this sit overnight on into tomorrow. And when we come back, we're going to get all that sanding and edge work and all that other stuff that I mentioned earlier done. See you then.